First time in a long time. And we're live!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 241 of Fans of Power. I'm Joe Amato, and I'm here with my partners in crime, Tyler T-Rex Baker and Nasty Nathan Kennedy. Guys, damn, it's been a long time, but it does feel great to be back.
It's been too long. Way too long. It's been almost 2 months, and all of that was just... I thought we'd be back in 2 weeks. No, wrong. Most of you have checked out the updates that I had posted as we had gone along. I just had to wait for them to bury that line because it was a good 300 feet of cable they had to run from the road through the yard up to the house. Tech came today early this morning. I slept maybe about 3 hours, and he got here at 7:30. We were done by around 9, and I've been up and going ever since, updating consoles and updating my computer and all that stuff. So I've been busy getting back into that. I'm surprised I remember how to even do this. So you can probably see in my eyes a little bit because I worked overtime yesterday. And if you guys missed the update videos, I got called back to work. So I've been worked overtime. So today is my only day off, and I've barely slept, or it feels that way. Tyler probably couldn't run on this amount of sleep.
No.
Yeah. Which
my body demands more sleep, and I will not accept anything. Which I was actually doing.
Yeah.
When Nathan called me, because I wasn't planning on being on this powwow, just kind of sitting around shooting the shit and talking about shitty origins. I was actually going to bed and like, I guess he's calling me. I better make an appearance here. Get back to pissing people off and shitting on their hopes and dreams of origins being great and blah blah blah. You got to get back into the routine of it and.
Yeah, because in case you're wondering the context of what Tyler's talking about, it was just me and Nathan were just going to do this quick little thing just to let you know, hey, things are back. We wanted to do a test run, make sure it was working. Because, yes, this episode isn't going to be a real episode, like, digging into the comics and bios and stuff. It's just basically catching up, letting you guys know we're back, and just doing some random talking. So, yeah, when Tyler, got that call, he was like, I wasn't even expecting to do this. So he was, like, yawning before we were getting on. He was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I was like, lights are out. I'm just looking for stuff on eBay, and then I'm checking out. And I'm like,
I like doing that. I'll be laying in bed, and I do the same thing. I'm on eBay. I'm looking at figures. I'm like dozing off. I'm surprised I haven't accidentally gone too far and just one click bought it now on something.
Well, you got to be drinking for that one. He likes to tell me, hey, I stupidly bought a $500 classics figure.
No, I didn't do that,
awesome,
but I did get a vintage sorceress. I bought a carded ECW Mike Awesome figure. So
Mike Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, you don't laugh. You don't laugh at that. Mike Awesome was great.
Wow.
R.I.P. Mike Awesome. But yeah.
Was that sorceress expensive? And did she come with her staff, by the way?
Wait, what? Oh, sorceress. What are we talking about again?
You said you bought a sorceress.
Yeah,
a vintage
I mean, compared to, it didn't come with the staff, but in good shape. Legs were a little loosey, but I'm gonna get the stuff to fix all the loose legs.
Wings work.
Yes.
Wings work on it.
All that, and considering the other prices that people were asking for her, I feel like I got a decent enough deal because it was a make an offer kind of situation. And Joe was curious about what my setup would be, and it's no different from the update videos, but hey, at least I have figures behind me now too, instead of just that one shelf that sits there. Better lighting. I don't know, it's good. Everything's good.
Where'd you get the shirt, by the way? I see the shirt. I see you got a different.
This shirt came from a website called Toy Snobs. I haven't watched the other shirt that I got from them, but the one I'll wear that one next week. It was called 80s Kids, and it's got like just all the 80s properties. Like you look at it and it's like, can you name everything? It's all over the place. But I'll go ahead and stand up a little bit, show that off for you guys.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
All right, looks cool. Yeah, Toy Snobs. I made that. I made a Skeletor Ninja Turtle crossover for them a while back.
Wait. I actually have the sticker. That's what they sent with this shirt. Was the sticker of the Skeletor Ninja Turtle? I put it on my lunchbox. I didn't know that you made a custom for them. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I made it based almost exactly off that. They had that design. I put it just like that. So it was pretty cool. So all right, well, it's cool. I'm glad you got a sticker. I'm sure they'll have a shirt. You have to get a shirt sometime. But I'll tell you what. Before we do our random talking, Let me do something I haven't done in a long time. I'll say hello to everybody in the chat room. We got Adam Gabbard, Anthony Albanese, Captain Chronic, Darth Baca, Eric Amon, Fedmon, Lacey Dean, Grimbot, Masters Collector, Michael Purvis, Papa Hud 69, Spider Rat, Zen Brown, and Zentron. So a lot of people here. We appreciate you guys being back. It's like, damn it, because especially after being gone, like I said, a month and a half, I was figuring nobody was going to probably be ready for watching this, especially with no advertising promotion. So seeing that
way to go, Joe. You didn't promote it. Seems like nothing's changed. No matter how long we're gone, nothing's changed.
Lazy bastard. So, yeah, but no, this is, like I said, it's just kind of shooting the breeze of random stuff. Like I said, there's nothing really big in particular. I mean, next week, I could probably talk more about it, but like they showed the Origins Castle Grayskull, which many thought was just going to be a shelled out version of the Classics one, but there was a while back some rumors and leaked photos of one, and then they finally did show what it looked like, and it's just something is definitely missing in that front. Like they did like these different photo shoots of different angles, one with a nice dark lighting and it looked like a scenery or a background. That wasn't bad. Then they did this one with just a white background. And when they did that, the front of the facade of the castle's face, the eyes look gigantic. The green looked neon. They have a weird green crest on the door, and it looked off as like, you need to shrink them eyes up and do some evil to it. Not of all things, like on the inside, missing is that robot spacesuit, which is iconic to, all the Castle Grayskulls. Hell, even the one that was the little shrinky dink thing that they did, believe it or not, I think they still had it. But either way, that's missing, and in place of that is some weird bird perch thing for, I don't even know what the hell it is, but I was like, well, what are they gonna do? Maybe in the future release that as an action figure? I have no clue, but people are excited because either way, it was like, I think it's $74. You're getting the castle, you're getting the sorceress. The sorceress, by the way, it's going to be the white Temple of Darkness version. It's not the actual colored version that you probably get in carded form. So I guess it's a good deal, but there was people that definitely, we gotta be, like I said, if there's something we're going to be critical or critique something, we can be open to say that. It's just something looked strange about that face. Well, I'm sure you both have seen it.
It's kind of the whole MO of the whole line. It just seems a little off all across the board. So I didn't expect much from it. I thought it was what it was. I did go ahead and just pre-order it because at this point, after finding the line finally in stores, I know Tyler's giving me the face. Which, by the way, J.D. Gibson, I guess, just joined us. Why does Tyler look mad already? Because I woke him up. He was about to fall asleep, and I'm like, no, bitch, you got to be on the show.
New to this podcast, like we're sitting there talking about a modern line. I just have taken buckets of shit on, I'm just like I have nothing.
Yeah, dude, like
just like I was like, what the hell are we gonna talk about? Like we've been gone all this time, and jack shit has happened. So,
but
that's why.
I was really conflicted with the Origins line when I finally saw it because around here we finally got that end cap display, and I stood there in the store and just mulled over it for a couple minutes. I was like, well, on one hand, I don't care that much about it. Like I want to get a Scareglow from the line because I feel like that would be the only one I would take out of the package and put on the shelf with the rest of the.
The only one you're definitely going to afford because you ain't going to get a vintage one.
It depends on how many drinks, like Tyler said. I might go on a whim, text him at like 6:30 in the morning. Well, what did I do? But
man, those things, just to let you know, even incomplete, I've been seeing bodies. Yes. This is bizarre. Yeah. Broken Scareglow bodies in almost 180.
Stupid.
I'm like, but it's broken. It doesn't have a cape. It doesn't have a halberd. $180 for a broken.
But Joe, it's old.
Some jerk off decided to pay that much for it. All these other assholes are just like, oh, I can rip its head off. I can sell the crotch and get $80.
Tyler, you ain't shitting. Tyler, you ain't shitting there. They have literally sold legs. I've seen legs, arms of Scareglow. I don't get it. He's a cool figure, but broken? You can't sell any broken He-Man figure on eBay. But Scareglow, it's bizarre as shit. But you're right. If somebody's gonna pay, that money, everybody else will be like, hey, I'll do it too. They're just selling parts of him on eBay. It's crazy.
So I just stood there for a while, and I was like, do I just go ahead and get them? Because in my mind, I'm like, if I don't, I feel like down the road I would just regret it. And I'm not taking them off the cart. They're just like chilling in this closet. So it's not like I'm gonna actually put them on display. But there was some sort of like feeling like I was gonna regret it if I didn't get them. I don't know why, but as I said in my update video, after that end cap went away, guess what's clogging the shelves up? He-Man and Skeletor. and that's it.
Can I get into that? No, you know what's weird? I didn't. The guy, he said he was joking. I don't know if he was really pissed, but I'm going to say it anyways. I said, I'll tell you what. If there's, like, let's say they got those end caps that finally were appearing at places. Some were right there as the end caps. Some were put out open to where it was a little more in the, let's say, the walking area for people to see. If they're down to maybe 5, okay, I can understand. Take those 5, take them down the aisle, put them up on the rack, and let somebody say, can I have that display? Because they're going to crush it anyways. But I shit you not when I say there was people in the groups that were, when they came in day one, they emptied all 80 of them figures, 80 almost to 100, and put them down the aisle, and then went to the managers and said, that's empty, can I get it? Now, why do I say that's annoying? Because not every person knows this line exists. Mm-hmm. That's why I said the casual fans need to see that display. We don't have a cartoon. We don't have a movie. We don't have commercials. There's no way to display, and there's no way to promote this line beyond that giant display that's there. So when that is gone, it's left to us people that have been around collecting to go and know about that toy aisle. But the casual fan who doesn't know, they're not going to see it and want to go down that toy aisle. But if they're away, like I said, with that guy with his wife and kid, to run from a damn aisle that was nowhere near the toys, to run over and say, oh my God, He-Man's back, and to get 4 of them figures, that's why it's there. That's the purpose. So the people who are taking them day one to empty, you're hurting the sales of this because now they're all clogged right down the aisle with nobody who knows about it but us. Yeah. Like I said, until this line starts really selling and it's out there and promoted, that's all you got is that damn display. It's like, oh, would you rather have that one display in 1 year of the figures, or would you rather have this to go on for 10 years, tons of different merchandise, cool, hopefully T-shirts that are good T-shirts someday, and other shit? Or you're just content, oh, I got the display, I got 1 year figures, and it's done. That's what I mean. People, you got to think about this, what you're doing. Let that shit sell for a while, because, and that's the other thing, and I've seen it in my area. The stores that actually were down to 5 figures or 4, they sold out. There's like 4 Walmarts around here. 2 of them sold out. The other 2 that did that dumb shit with day one, they're just flooded.
Yeah.
They're down that fucking aisle.
Yeah. So that's all that there is, and I feel like they'll just get discounted just so they can get them out of there. And
quit the case back ratio. I'm sorry. One more thing, Nathan. I'm sorry. I really apologize.
No,
I guess it's been built up because we haven't talked in a month and a half. But what pisses me off, too, is Mattel, stop it. I'm tired of hearing about we need to have the main hero and main villain. We need to have more of them out there for kids to get. The kids don't even know this fucking line's around, but stop it. Stop making so He-Man Skellers. So many of them because there's flooding there. And you're going to do it again when there's Battle Armor, Flying Fist, and Thunder Punch, and any other goofy variants. Stop with this logic. It does not work, and it only floods the aisles. Do even case pack ratio so people can get the shit and the stuff, stuff sells out. Yeah. I'm tired of hearing that.
It's so terrible. Because nothing, it's like they've learned nothing. We're just regurgitating the same old thing. Tyler,
yeah.
Tyler was kind of upset with me. I was like, yeah, I went ahead and bought the whole wave. He's like, whatever, man, that's your money. You buy that shitty line. I don't care.
I wasn't surprised. Like, it's, Nathan's late coming to the party. Like I get it.
Yeah, and
I've seen I bought Battle Cat for my nephew. I am going to get him a He-Man and Skeletor. I'm going to do it for Christmas. And if Grayskull and I got the money, I intend to get him that and just kind of give one kind of nice little He-Man package.
I got it just for the box art. That's all it is for me. Mostly it's the packaging and the box art.
You know what? The box art sucks balls, but when they put that shitty new retro plate bullshit, like, couldn't you come up with something that's reminiscent of the packaging of new with the brand new bubble burst or new exploding out with like a bit of a star? Like, no, this retro plate is just like, are we all just more meat with eyes to you guys? Like, it just sounds like we get why you're doing this so that way some jerk off doesn't show up on eBay saying he's got a vintage one. He-Man with a squished head with reverse triceps, and and God knows what else is wrong with the damn figure. Or Skeletor with this mangled painted mess on his face that's supposed to resemble teeth showing up on eBay. $200. We get it, but it looks sloppy. It looks cheap. It's just, again, it's Mattel's half-assing their way through this, bullshitting themselves and saying we're putting our best efforts. No, you're not. It's, yes, you got people out there who are going to buy this no matter what because they are late to the party probably, or they're getting back into He-Man. Like, I'm not going to be ugly to people about that. It's just it's below substandard. This entire line is. If you like it, great. But it's just that when I'm seeing this stuff in person, you'll like it when you see it in person. Like, no, it won't. I went and looked at all of them. I'm like, and passed it up. And I only looked to see because obviously He-Man, Skeletor are clogging up the shelf. So I look to see if there's another character I can maybe snag for my nephew in advance, because obviously He-Man and Skeletor, they're going to be for a while. I'm in no hurry to get them. But I grabbed Battle Cat because there was 3 on the shelf. Now both of them are gone. So I'm glad I went in and bought that. So it's just, I'm doing it for my nephew because he's familiar with He-Man because of me. But I'm not excited to see those figures. Like, I look at the tall aisle every time I'm in Walmart just to see if there's a different figure. I'm like, God, that He-Man sucks. I hate the card. It's just, it looks terrible. It really does. Like, Beastman looked pretty good in person. So did Evil Lyn. Yeah. But I'm like,
I honestly think it was just everybody but He-Man and Skeletor looked pretty good.
Yeah, and
the ones that are floating the shelves.
I have no regrets about not passing up. Like, I don't need them.
Yeah.
Like, I've got the quintessential characters back behind me and on the wall over here. I don't.
Yeah. Totally.
Believe me, people. I'd love nothing more than to be back after all this time and have something excited to say. But it's just not. These toys are on the shelves. I'm not impressed with them. I'll only get them for my nephew, and or something like that. And I really wish they were putting more effort into it instead of talking to everybody as if like they're putting so much effort into this shitty line, man. I
think the one thing that disappointed me the most about the box art, which it's great, I believe Axel worked on that, if I'm not mistaken.
That's better than the card art, and I blame the color.
Oh yeah,
that looked more polished. It didn't look like it muted his artwork on the box, and the box art was very good. Yeah.
The one thing of the box art that annoys me, and I know why Mattel will say they did this, but it still don't make sense. Okay, think about it. You have a box art with tons of characters on it that don't come with the playset. Yes, I know the Sorceress comes with the playset, and it's the Temple of Darkness one, but did they really have to showcase that colored version on there? They could have put the one that everybody wants, the Sorceress that we know as her normal colors. They should have had that on the box art, not this white Temple of Darkness. But then they'll say, "But Statue comes with it." I don't care. All those other characters that are on the box art don't come with the castle. So just do a proper colored Sorceress. I hate that. I mean, I don't know many people that prefer that colored version Sorceress, the Temple of Darkness, over the normal. I just don't get it. I mean, it was
when they do something like that, they clearly shows they're not marketing this line towards children. They're marketing towards the people who kept it alive. You don't put a variant Sorceress that only above general casual fans are going to understand that and say you're doing it for kids. If you're doing it for kids, you'd be getting everybody at their most. The Sorceress would come in her standard color scheme. Like, it would not be this white variant just so they can go and release another version and later on down the line. It's like, whatever, people. Just admit it. You're doing this for adults. I'm just a grumpy asshole, man.
Well, remember, this ain't a real full episode. It's just us kind of coming back, just shooting the breeze a little bit, doing what we normally do anyways. And yes, Tyler, he did kind of pop into this without really knowing, but who cares? I mean, it's still fun, even if it's not like a shitting on it. We're just giving our honest opinions.
I'm just speaking from the heart. If I had been planning for this, it'd been no different. I just wouldn't be yawning during the show.
Yeah. I mean,
because here's the other thing:
dumping all over and pissing off people in the chat room, or pissing off people who listen to it in advance, and it's, and believe me, as we said before, there's other prominent people in this community who don't like this toy line. So if you guys are just thinking that I'm the only one that dumps on it, like, I'm sorry, people, you're not looking too far.
The only cool one is Copycat back here. I'm glad they released him. He was in limited release right there back of me. Now that guy, that's a cool figure right there. And then that Battle Damage Faker right there. Those are only 2 fucking characters that were any good. I got those exclusives. I don't know. There was I think 8 or 10 of them. It was some kind of online thing somewhere.
Yeah, okay, sure.
What?
Those are customs, Tyler. Come on.
Well, that's what I thought, but he was.
He hasn't made one of his jokey posts on Facebook in a while. He had to.
Yeah. I had to do it on here, and then I had to do my promoting myself like a whore. But
Joe Amato's Customs, link in the description below. Yeah. Make sure you also go buy one of his T-shirts as well. It's what is it? tpublic.com/user/Josephus or something. I don't remember.
Yep, Josephus, Joseephus. So yeah, Josephus. Just go to T Public and type in Josephus and you'll find me. But yeah, so it's kind of a random thing. I mean, we could still even, like I said right now, because this is it's kind of a quick shooting the shit. Yeah. We wanted to first make sure that this was actually recording and working, but we'll still give it to you guys in the chat room if you have some questions. There's things you've been holding back, been waiting to ask us for all this time. Go ahead and do it right now while we still do a little ranting and rambling. But yeah, you guys can shoot anything. And Nathan, I know I've been talking over you. I apologize, and talking over Tyler. So
you haven't been able to do it for 2 months. I understand. It's fine. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what else? Joe, how you been? Joe and I have only talked just on Facebook through like messaging. I haven't actually talked to him since. Yeah,
it's been a while. I mean. It's been a while for all of us. I mean, just a lot of stuff's been going on, I think, with all of us in general. But no, I mean, I've been doing good, and I hope you both been doing well. I can tell you one thing. It wasn't winning the lotto, but I felt like I won the lotto just last week. I told you once a month I save up $5.99 for Popeye's chicken. Now, check this out. This was really cool.
Wait, hang on. Because I was just reading the chat. Did you say once a month you save up the $5.99 for Popeye's chicken?
Yeah, $5.99 to buy Popeye's chicken because you can get a 7.
In the 1950s right now.
You know what? Maybe we should just start a Patreon specifically to send the money to Joe so he can get Popeyes more than once a month.
Or we get Sally Struthers out of retirement to do like this infomercial about feed the Joe. You know, we get like a starving Joe, hanging out in a dumpster behind Sally Struthers while she's eating the food that he's, desperately wishing he could have. And for only a small donation, you can get, this free T-shirt that says, I helped out an Amato. Or
you can help an Amato get a Popeyes chicken combo with biscuit.
With biscuit. This whole legion of like these starving Amatos, and it's all these like. We take pictures of random children and just put Joe's mask on there.
That's a horrible idea. Holy shit.
Looking sad and having this eye. But no, seriously, so you get a
maybe that would be a challenge for Grimm since they used to have those commercials. Grimm, you go ahead on YouTube and get those commercials and just like put Joe's mask on all the starving kids.
But make sure you get Sally Struthers in like the late 80s, early 90s where she got the big hair.
Yeah.
And she's got to, just have like a little Joe like behind her.
Well, this was cool. I mean, you guys don't know how excited I got. It was a 7-piece for $5.99. So I gave them, the $6, and then they gave me the bag. Listen,
keep
so they gave
change.
Me the bag. Keep change. I'm tipping, but no. So they gave the bag, and it was heavy. And immediately, if I get a bag that I know
fucked up, didn't they? They gave you more food.
I was like, I got excited. I just put that and I took off to the drive-thru real quick. When I got home, they gave me a 20-piece.
Did you walk through the drive-thru, Joe? Or did you drive?
No, he said he drove through the drive-thru, and he just tore out of there like Michael Myers behind the wheel with what's his face playing in the background.
Yeah.
So I did.
Iggy Bob's Wild.
Yeah, there you go. Wow.
So I did. I drove off quick, got home, and they gave me a 20-piece. So I had like 3 days of food all in there. Basically 3 times the amount of food for $5.99. I was just giddy for 3 days straight having Popeye's chicken. It was the best 3 days I had in a long time.
How do you make a 20-piece last you for 3 days, Joe?
It's Joe. Do you know who you're talking to right now?
But still, it's a little box of chicken. And it's like, Joe,
no, it's big.
Joe, we ought to be seeing Joe's rib cage so he's sure if he's eating only that.
Well, it was big, but like I said, you get those chicken thighs, and it's like in chicken drumsticks, and there were 7 pieces, and it's just coated in all that batter and crispiness, and I put hot sauce and honey all over it. But so I had 7 pieces each day. So I had 3 days of 6 and 7. Oh, it was.
I thought he was going to say 3 weeks. I thought he was going to say this has been his dinner for like the last 2 months. It's just making the 20-piece last the whole time. It's like all moldy and shit.
Getting a half a piece every day. And
I don't know. I get more happy and excited when I eat food like that. So I was in a good mood for 3 days straight. So that's all. That's what happened with me. What about you guys?
That was the main reason we came back, so Joe could just really talk about how he got more food at Popeyes than what he actually paid for. They're going to come kick your door now because technically you stole food.
Well, I mean, not really. They just accidentally.
I mean, it's always fun when fast food places mess up like that.
Yeah, it's like you don't question. It's like, who cares? Because I know the weight of that bag normally when I get it. So when I felt that heavy, I was like, I don't care what's in here. It's got to be more than what obviously I paid for.
Joe knows it by the weight. He's like, wait, no. I need 3 more ounces in this box.
You feel like he got a scale on his car. He puts it on it. No, this is still too light.
Oh man,
that's good shit. I don't know. Do you guys frequent Popeyes? I just had to say that it's got stuff.
We have a Popeye. We have 2 Popeyes that are like 45 minutes in either direction. I'm a little bit closer to the one of them now, but that one's attached to like a truck stop, so I don't really no thanks. But I do like Popeye. I think their chicken sandwich is overrated, honestly, but.
It's good, but yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna shoot or stab somebody over like you were seeing when they first happened. But yeah, it's good, but yeah, not that amazing. But I'll see if there's some questions here real quick. Grimbot said, Nathan, found any corpses in your basement yet?
No, but I actually do have one weird story. This happened last weekend. Emily was in the kitchen, like singing, and I decided to just record it because the way she was singing was just really outrageous and weird. And I was sitting.
You gonna play it for us?
No, I was
okay.
I was sitting on the couch, like just sort of filming into the kitchen. She wasn't even in frame, and like off to the side of where our dining room table's at, there was just like this white orb that was just like moving around sort of erratically a little bit, and then I would move the camera and it wasn't there, and I'd move it back and it would be there like moving around, and it could be a phone malfunction. But it was really strange. I'm like, is there a ghost in here? Maybe.
You got a video of that shit or something?
Yeah, I got a video of it. Like, it's on there. It's just kind of strange. Like, it would just sort of sit there and just sort of hover a little bit, and then it would kind of move around a little bit, and I wasn't even like moving the camera. But when I moved the camera, it wasn't there, and I was like, all right, Paranormal Activity 78 right here in this house, I guess. I don't know.
Well, you sure the hell are.
At Emily while she sleeps.
Yeah.
Well, you are in the middle of nowhere, right? I mean, my God, like you said, it took a long time.
I wouldn't call it necessarily the middle of nowhere. Like, we're on land that's like a decent amount of acreage.
Space-wise, with neighbors, what would you say? Like, with neighbors, are they kind of pretty far off where you got some good room?
Oh yeah, for sure. They're like hundreds and hundreds of feet away. But I wouldn't call it the middle of nowhere. Because I'm still near civilization. It's just my internet options at the time were either shitty Verizon with hardly any speed or like satellite internet, and I don't like satellite anything. So I was like, got to get Xfinity out here. Got to get Comcast, and we finally got that through. But other than that, other than going back to work, occasionally checking the toy aisle at Walmart, and waiting for internet, I haven't really been up to much. We've just been watching movies since we didn't have internet. I would go down to the movie cave down in the basement and just
plethora of DVD and Blu-rays.
Yes,
I take it, right?
So I would just go through my collection and pick stuff out, and we would sit and watch it. I know some people are like, "Oh, this will be kind of lame," but we've been watching Dawson's Creek because she bought the complete series for me as a gag. Because I watched...
And then you watched it?
Yeah, we've been watching. I mean, whatever, teen melodrama. I have a little bit of nostalgia for it because it's really corny, but it is what it is. And Tyler, I don't...
What about you, Tyler?
About the same, right? Nothing too much.
Nah, I honestly, I just basketball's been the only thing that's concerned my mind, like, for the last couple of months, with the Heat and in the playoffs and the finals and all that stuff. So it was just like... Outside of that and work, I mean, that's pretty much all. Watch movies, of course, that never changes, and stuff like that. I don't really have too much to share or brag about. Not that it would be any interest to anybody, but it's just I really enjoyed the time off. It was nice going to bed at a decent time on Sundays and stuff like that. So it's been a real nice vacation. Like I wasn't, it was just a nice kind of just checking out of social media for the most part too, not seeing people's bullshit.
Yeah, all that social stuff. Media is kind of tough anyway, but
even more so.
Yeah,
I just continue to.
This time of year is kind of rough. Anytime an election year is always the worst.
Oh, I unfollow anybody who posts. I don't care if it's a positive or a negative thing. If they post anything about politics, because I don't give a shit about politics, you're done. Yeah. I have no tolerance for people's bullshit. I don't care about your damn opinions. Republican, Democrat, neutral, whatever. I don't give a shit. I do not care.
Right.
I will say, if it is important to you, and no matter what side you're on, go vote. That's your right. Go vote. That'll be the one.
Keep your business to yourself. I don't give a rat's ass about who you hate,
tough.
who you like, who you voted for. Blah 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 blah.
It's tough because in this day and age, it's like everybody's got an opinion. I mean, here we are giving opinions about all this.
But we're giving opinions about the important stuff here. You know, if you want to talk and get pissy and debate stuff, you want to talk.
Who cares about the state of the country? Let's talk about this origin.
Argue with you about it. You know, I'll put on a suit and tie, and we'll have a moderator, and I'll act like a pompous asshole in front of everybody, and say, well, Will Ferrell should be fired from every movie, and and never work again.
Yeah, Will Ferrell is
that.
pretty terrible. We can't agree on that.
You know, or everyone at DC needs to stop destroying the He-Man comics. And, the same rants that go on and on about.
Hey,
that I'll take
Tyler,
seriously.
that's isn't the trade paperback for that coming out? Is it out now, or is it coming out soon? I know what to get Tyler for Christmas now, so he can finally
the multiverse thing.
So now,
I think I saw something like that, like a pre-order on Big Bad Toys. So what the hell is this shit?
I see it too. I was like, why are they advertising that? Who wants that? But I guess there's some people that might want it.
Well, I guess.
Well, speaking of,
did I see this right? Because I this was a while back when I happened to be browsing. Is there a for the origin line? Are they throwing in like that multiverse Moss Man? Is that real or is that bullshit?
Oh, that thing for the Masterverse line? Do you mean, or that's the thing. I didn't know if it was a custom either. I seen something, but I guess I pretty much dismissed it too because I was like, is this supposed to be a figure or a custom? Either way, it didn't look good, so I didn't even click to try to understand what it was. Maybe somebody here in chat knows, like Grimbot. I don't know, but
because that Grimbot's the one, and it was like one of the few groups I actually haven't unfollowed because they don't post silly, stupid shit all the time. But when I saw it, I'm like, oh my god, as if you can't get any worse. But when Nathan saying that made me think of that. Like that was like the one, okay. Like oh god, I hope this is fake. I mean, I'm not buying it anyway, but I just know it's some dickhead in Mattel's who's not getting polished over that decision.
Well, speaking of art, somebody did have a question, at least for, I guess, Masters of the Universe related. Gavin the Nerd said, which artist would you like to see render for Masters of the Universe characters? He said for him it'd be Todd McFarlane. I don't know. I guess if they were to especially bring back real mini comics, and I think 6-page pieces of crap that don't even tell a story that are nonsense, I still say Larry Houston did the best mini comics back in the day. Yeah. Bring him back. If anybody's to do mini comics or do art again, I would just love to see Larry Houston return. There's a lot of artists, but for me, I'd love to see Larry do more.
I mean, Larry would be at the top of the list too. I mean, seeing any of the guys who did classic or vintage artwork and did it good, which was most of them. I mean, if they're still with us, some of them we don't know anything about because they're pretty much off the radar. But Fred Carrillo. Errol McCarthy, who's still with us, and still does work and things like that. But I mean, I still like seeing Axel do stuff. I just want someone to complement his work, and I want Kevin. Kevin's done some awesome stuff too. But in terms of the Wiley, I mean, anything Jim Lee does turns to gold.
I'd like to see Alex Ross have.
Alex Ross has already dabbled in it before, and it looked amazing.
I need to seek that out.
It looks like for someone who's strictly associated with DC, like for the most part, he's doing some Marvel stuff. He did some beautiful He-Man work. So him, Mark Bagley's he's my favorite comic book artist of all time. So there's a bunch of good ones. I think Michael Turner, if he was still with us, God, he could do an amazing He-Man book because he draws beautiful women. I mean, he can make everybody from Etheria. God, that alone just. Like a calendar of the women of Etheria. Like Michael Turner could turn that. I would get $50 pre-order right now. That'd be tremendous. But that's an interesting question. Yeah, I mean, I like McFarlane's work too, but and he's gotten better over time because his human characters look very ugly, but his characters that are not. I mean, Spider-Man, like the costume is on this, so you don't see the human characteristics, but he draws heroes and villains great. It's the people that I just kind of feel like sometimes it's but I haven't looked at McFarlane's work, his current stuff, in a long time. But I'd be down with McFarlane.
What about you, Nathan? Anybody you can think off the top of your head?
Alex Ross was at the top of my list, but now that Tyler said that he's dabbled in a little bit, I'll have to check that out because I just like the that work. I like that.
Oh yeah,
style.
he did 2 pieces that are very similar. I actually got one of the art cards that came with the DVDs. It was a black and white he did, and then there's a beautiful color version. It was like a lithograph, like a con exclusive he did, and God, it's stunning, and it's based on the vintage look. No 2000X nonsense, no other variations. I know it's classic vintage. It's just wholesome goodness, wholesome and badass is what it is.
I know what you're talking about too.
Oh right God, I've used it for wallpaper on my Facebook a couple of times. It's just stunning work.
All right, well, Grim.
Well, I was gonna say earlier. This is kind of more of like a personality, more look into what we're actually into outside of Masters. But Adam Gabbert said, even though you like the music soundtrack for the He-Man movie, what other kinds of music do you like listening to? Be honest. Who wants to? Do you guys want me to go first? Mine's a wide variety. I like 90s gangster rap. I like pop music. I like disco stuff. I'm a sucker for anything that's got like a good funky bass to it. In terms of bands I listen to like frequently, I like Deftones. I like Incubus, Primus. I'm kind of all over the place with my musical taste. Like I like 70s and 80s, pretty much any genre you can think of. Country music I hated for the longest time. There's a few songs now I can tolerate. I blame Emily for that. So yeah, I'm kind of all over the board when it comes to music. Tyler likes Simply Red, and
he's still Prince. Hung up on which I'm like, I really like that one song that they did. And plus, Nathan gave me shit for liking Prince. So don't act like my taste in music is not, true. Yeah, my taste in music was ahead of its time. Like he's making fun of me for liking stuff.
Well, all right. To put this in perspective, we're talking like this is like late '90s, early 2000s. I'm sitting here like, yeah, Korn, Limp Bizkit,
which I like Korn too.
Like a dumbass. I'm sitting here like, yeah, Limp Bizkit, and he's like, yeah, but Prince and all this. So I'm like, oh, he likes Prince, and then I like ran down and found people, and I'm like pointing back at him. I'm like, motherfucker likes Prince. I don't know, whatever.
Story of my life, but yeah, I've always been about the old stuff even when I was younger. But 80s by far is my favorite decade in music. I'm all over the place. I love listening to film scores, 70s, 80s rock, 90s rock, pop from the 80s and early 90s. I love Marilyn Manson. Pretty much anything that he does, I like listening to. Smashing Pumpkins.
I'm sure you're blowing some minds right now. They're like, really? Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I like Korn. I mean, but if you like saw my music, I've got like such a random bag of like random. I hate country music with a passion. You will never convince me to like that horse shit. You know, there is some rap I do like. Most of it I don't because it just comes off as just irritating. But there is some good rap out there, like classic LL Cool J or Coolio.
I think an underappreciated genre is the New Jack Swing, like that late '80s, early '90s, like Bobby Brown stuff, like that kind of genre.
Brown, I mean, another guy could do no wrong.
Musically, he did a lot of wrong personally, but musically, he could do no wrong.
Oh yeah. I mean, his on Our Own for Ghostbusters too. That's my favorite, even over the Ghostbusters thing. Like I just think it's so damn catchy. But I'm such a mixed bag. I love like throwback '80s synth music. I can't say it's a specific. They're like my favorite song of all time is Blue Monday by Orgy. I absolutely love that song.
His favorite.
It's a random song, but then I like Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight because it's Miami Vice. I'm so random with my music because I'm not a music guru. If I can't work out to it, I got no use for it for the most part. But then I like Creedence Clearwater. I can listen to them, casually or something like that. So I'm very random with my music, but I'm very particular.
And then,
also.
hey, sometimes if the mood strikes, I'm into like that sad bastard music too, like The Cure and everything. Yeah, if you're in a certain mood.
Yeah.
Joe, what do you listen to musically?
Anything that just has a good funky beat, and that could be from anything. But I'm a very animated person, as you guys can tell. But that's why I'm trying to hold my arms, because I'm going to start moving my hands again and slapping shit. But no, I like things that I could always move to. In fact, I'll get a picture of like some of my old tapes and CDs and shit. I have a couple 8-tracks, but not that I'm that old. I'm just saying I have some. Not that I can listen to now. So fucking pick with me.
No. Because that was a weird time. Because I remember even when Tyler and I were really young, it was in that weird transition phase where like CDs were around, but they hadn't quite taken off because they were still kind of expensive. So you still had cassettes, and people were still like 8-tracks. Too, so
sure. I mean, that's what I mean. But it's 80s, 90s is the most for me. I mean, I wore out that Columbia House bullshit of sitting there, and you get the for pennies.
Yeah, exactly. I did the same thing.
Using all these fake names and doing it again. Got this gigantic stack.
No, I didn't do that. I could see Joe doing that. I was like, wait.
Yeah, well, anything.
Going to the same address. How did 15 people live in this house?
No, that's the good thing about having family and having neighbors, because you could have it go there and go there. So it just worked great, especially when you're real cheap and a penny pincher like me. Boy,
he would put his neighbor's address on there and then just like go make sure that he checked the mail before they would. So he would just go and swipe the CDs. That's probably what he did.
I let them know stuff was coming, but I did that along with, I think at the time, I think they were still doing tapes, so I got a lot of, VHS tapes. I think they were doing even VHS tapes at one time, so
yeah, they were.
There's just goddamn, so many different things, but, well, thanks for that crazy question. Grimbot had a question, and I haven't seen this. He said, have you guys seen the trailer for the new Animaniacs? I didn't know there was a new one even coming.
I wasn't a fan of the original series, honestly, and I saw it was out. I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's cool to bring it back, but I'm just not interested.
I did.
I wasn't a big fan of the original.
I did. I wasn't super into the original. Like when it was on, I would check it out, and it was all right for what it was. And this is kind of the same thing, but also more of that. All the gags are essentially, from what I gathered from the trailer, it's like, they brought him back from the dead, and now it's 2020. How are these characters going to work in today's climate kind of thing?
They did that with Rocco, and it failed. Like, if you're relying on, like, making references to social media and phones and shit like that, then you're dating the show, and you're relying on the current state for your humor. Like, that's not funny.
Yeah, I think that thing only kind of works, like, in the moment. Like, it can work in the moment, but it's something that I feel like doesn't hold up over time. But
no, if you're going to bring them back, and then if you want to like thread in them making fun of social media and people like dancing like morons on TikTok and shit like that, but don't make that your bread and butter. That's what rubbed me the wrong way with South Park. When they're using like current events to tell their whole season, like this isn't gonna date. It's not gonna
South Park's still capable of being really funny, but I see what you're saying.
When they would rely so much on current events to tell their stories, because I know it's hard for them to come up with ideas.
Yeah.
I can't blame them for doing it, but whenever I don't want the shows to focus strictly on like Trump running for president, so let's mimic that in the show like over and over and over again. But that's just me. I just wish if you're gonna bring this stuff back, I'm all for it, but don't start dabbling into let's make fun of what teenagers and kids and adults who are desperate for attention are doing, shit like that. Like that's gonna date your show immediately, and it shows that you really don't have any good writing behind the show if you got to rely on that.
It's a fine line to walk when they're bringing these properties back these days. That's why I feel like so far Cobra Kai has probably been the best to come out of any of that stuff because
they're not strictly focusing on like the current status quo of like, look at me, I'm on the internet kind of thing. Like they address it, yes, but it's not the focus of the show. It's more about the writing and the characters. And that's what Rocco should have been, and Maniac should be like any of these other shows they decide to bring back. If you don't love the show, then you really have no business bringing it back. Just because, we can't come up with anything, so let's bring that back. And most time it fails anyway. It's just people are they're desperate to throw something out there instead of
coming up with a new original idea.
You hear that, Kevin Smith?
Yeah, God forbid. All right, JSP had a question for you, Nathan. Any retro gaming anytime soon?
You know what? Now that I have an internet that's really great, it might be something I can start to look into. Maybe start a Twitch channel. Maybe start playing video games on Twitch instead of YouTube, because that's where it's at, is on the Twitch media machines.
Might start making some money there too.
Yeah, maybe, but you gotta think about it this way. I probably need to upgrade my PC. This computer runs well, it's high performance, but it's 5 years old, so it's not graphically. I probably have to get a new graphics card. Those things aren't cheap. So I would have to make upgrades because it wouldn't just. If I'm gonna do that, it shouldn't just strictly be retro video games. I need to be playing some newer stuff too. So that would require me to probably upgrade the video card to play at max settings. But like I said, now that I have way better internet, then that's something I'll think about. I mean, I already got my...
Yeah, plus, I mean, to watch you, if you were actually going to do that with good graphics card or even think about getting money, man, the way you play vintage video games is fucking horrible. I mean, every 2 minutes you're going from one to another because you are the worst player I think I've ever seen. So I don't know how good that would last, but we'll see what we got next.
Missed you too, buddy. Missed you too.
That's why you need someone like Joe there who's going to tell you how to play the game, treat you like you're an idiot.
What a dick. I was terrible to Nathan. All right, Nathan, I want you to walk just wait one more step.
I'm just sitting there. Stop. How many times did he play this fucking game? Like, how does he know? It's like by the pixel. I'm like, Joe, let's just play the game. Let's just play the game.
That was terrible. I admit that. Yeah, I get real nuts about those games.
I'm sure Joe probably ran off so many childhood possibility buddies, like as a kid, because he just...
Nobody ever wanted to come play with me. Like, I hate that fucking guy. I ain't going over there to his house and playing. Can we come over and play? Can I come to your house? No, Joe, that's good. We got enough people. Nobody's over there because nobody wants to play with me.
Take your chicken and leave me alone.
Let's see. Darth Baca said, hey, guys, what's your opinion on the Indiegogo project Dragon Guard? Well, I'm sure we all know about that.
It did really well. We're proud of Kevin that he's met all those goals and he's starting to put out more stuff in regards to it. So I can't remember.
We'll have him on again when I asked him to come on like before we had our whole internet fiasco when he had some internet issues to himself. So I haven't spoken to him in probably well over a month, maybe almost 2 months. So I'm hoping by this point the internet situation's fixed, we can bring it back and he can give an update on that.
And speaking of which, we need to track down Danielle and James because that plan was at the end of September we were going to have both of them on at the same time. There were going to be 5 of us. It was going to be nuts. So we need to find a way to reschedule that sometime in the future so we can do that as well. As Tyler's camera
most definitely
wonky on me again.
Yeah, and when just quickly, is it November? Is that when Dragon Guard was supposed to be possibly shipping? Was it November? I'm trying to remember what the estimated date was that Kevin said on it because I know he definitely met the record, his goals or stuff. He just went way above that. So congratulations to that. But I couldn't remember if it was November. Tyler, do you remember by chance?
I think it was somewhere around this, but I just kind of feel like it's probably been. Well, then again, I really talked to him about it. Like,
okay,
I've seen some of the stuff behind the scenes. He sent me, shots of certain panels and stuff like that too. And you may see a familiar face show up in the book.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Is there another question that we got here that I can move on to?
Adult collector asked, when is the next trivia night? I guess we could probably schedule one of those sometime soon too.
Yeah, maybe next month we could do something.
Joe
like
was
like where we do like a Jeopardy kind of thing or something.
Yeah, do something like that, and it just reminds me that I think Joe was supposed to ship me a copy of the Power and Honor book, and he never did.
Oh yeah, I will.
He never did. He forgot all about it. Well, actually, I need to give Joe my new address anyway.
Probably got Popeye's chicken grease all over every copy of that.
Could you imagine? Oh, that would be terrible. I could see that too. But speaking of that, man, I wanted to say thanks to my buddy Oyvind. He's a huge Master Universe collector, but I always give Stratos shit, because he's the worst vintage figure they ever made. So while giving shit about that, he showed that they have a Stratos candy bar in Norway, and he said, I can send you a couple. And I didn't know that they would be as big as they were. These son of a bitches were, they were gigantic, and that had to be the best thing that I tasted as for a chocolate candy bar. I was like, it's the first time I've ever liked Stratos, but I wanted to thank Oyvind for that. Those things were gigantic. So shame we don't have them here in the United States. I'd get more of them, but I always love free food. So
how long did those last you? About a month?
Oh, no. Those were quick. I have no portion control on like chocolates or instant stuff. When I get the stuff like Popeyes, I knew that 7 pieces is for 1 day for me. So when I got the 20 pieces, I was like, I'm going to stretch that for 3 days. I'll just have 7, 7, and 6 or however the fuck I did it. So, yeah, that's
6.5, 6.5, and 6.5.
Like the little pill boxes, but he's got like a box for like food for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Opens it up.
And it's
the food for the day.
Popeyes chicken boxes from the last 3 months. What's in here? Spaghetti.
Oh, again.
I have good ways of trying to stretch it out, but I think let me see. I think that might have been everything so far. If I missed any questions, I apologize. And hello, Jaime Myers.
And
popped in late.
Sportimus popped in as well.
Oh,
So.
Sportimus. All right, Sportimus, thanks for joining. But yeah, that's it. So this was just basically, it was a quick episode just to test, make sure things were working. Next week when we're back, it'll be topical episodes.
Yeah, I think we were originally going to do like a 2000X commentary. So since that's something I guess we plan to do before the shutdown, maybe you guys want to do that, or you guys want to do something else, or
no, that commentary's fine along with something else, whether we do a character bio with that. But yeah, we'll have a couple topics. But yeah, an MYP commentary.
The Island. That, so. Yeah, all right. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. One last thing before.
Yeah, there's just some stuff like we have to be doing it to like raise charity for something. Like, there's just no way we would ever do it. Even if we were out of ideas, I'd rather just go back and
fundraiser for
revisit,
Joe's Popeye's addiction.
Yeah, I guess we'd have to do that, and we could put Nathan on. He'd be like Jerry Lewis. We can sit there like Joe's kids, and he's sitting there like making all this like he pulls his hair back. He's got this slick grease it back too, man. You gotta look like that guy in Lionheart that's like saying he can kick Van Damme's ass or something like that. Pull your hair back really tight like that.
Pull my hair back so tight that it's just like my forehead and my eyes just like stretch back too.
Oh, bitch. Adult Collector, we did give our impressions on Origins Castle Grayskull.
Just go back to the beginning.
You won't be impressed. We'll just put it that way.
Right. All right, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I did want to thank all of you guys for joining us. It was really cool seeing you all join, especially with, like I said, no promotion and popping up out of nowhere. We always appreciate your support. So I just want to say, for anybody new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell so you can always be notified when we go live. And until next time, have a powerful day.
Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's from Halloween Halloween or Halloween 2? I'm trying to think when Loomis did. Halloween. It was the first one. I know. I just had to think. Sorry about that. Halloween. I got it.
Oh, shit, Earl. It's Ted Hollister.
Yes. You said you told Myers. You son of a bitch.
I don't know why I had a
blank mark there. Some of the best throw-ins. I think one of them was Annie. What? Just these great random lines. Damn kids, why do they do it?
I need to watch probably Halloween 1 and 2 before we actually get to Halloween. Because
that's playing Downtown Radford, dude.
Yeah, I know, but...
Oh, I know. I hadn't had the guts to go out and have to scream and yell at somebody or run the risk of getting sick. Like, Halloween playing in the classic old school downtown theater, like, son of a bitch, man.
I
can't do it,
I need to get you a sound bar to put in your living room, because the one I got's, like, awesome. I need to stop the stream now. One last thing I do want to say before we say bye. I want to thank you guys for getting us over that hump and putting us over 600 subscribers.
Wow. I've never even looked at our YouTube channel since all this shut down. That's cool. We got 600 people now.
So onward to 700 and beyond. So appreciate you guys doing that. We'll see you next week for the commentary. I got internet again. It's great. I love it.
High Origin.